What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello. What are we doing? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? Can I get a mic check real quick? How's everybody doing tonight? Real quick, for the guys and the gals that are in here right now, what is your current setup? What are you currently using? Camera gear wise. Actually, also, do any of you guys actually create content? Valerie Visions, what up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Working on getting my A7R3. Working on getting it going. What's wrong with it? Does it not work, or does it work? That's pretty good, man. A7R3. I think they're on the 5, right? I saw rumors for an A7R6 earlier today. Moving off the eMeet, yeah, eMeet has been pretty solid to me. They sent me over a bunch of their cameras late last year. eMeet's all right. They have the dual camera that actually looked pretty decent. I made some content about that. Moving off the eMeet, I just have to get the right lens for my setup. Yeah. How far away is what lens are you looking at? You're going to use the A7R, what did you say, the 3 as a webcam? That's crazy. Yeah, that's going to be sick, dude. Make sure that your PC is strong enough. I mean, I would just be casting at like 1080/30 though. You know what I mean? Because that would be nuts. Full resolution. What monitors are you using? All Samsung monitors. Samsung monitors, yeah. Instagram, TikTok. Getting all my links set up here, guys. For those of you guys that don't know, if you guys are interested in any of the gear that I'm currently using, the way that you find my gear is on TikTok. You can go to my profile page right here and click on the first link in bio. And then I have a little Amazon button right here. You click this little Amazon button, it takes you right to all of the gear that I currently use. Actually, can I pin a comment on TikTok? Is that possible? Does anybody know? Control V. I might not be able to. Pin comment. Look at that. I can pin a comment. I don't think it's going to get approved though, because it's a website. So yeah, they'll probably not let me do that. They turned that shit down real quick. TikTok is wild, man. I don't expect anything less from TikTok though. Flicks by J Hall. Why are you yelling? In ear. It's in a 10x10 room, so I need a 20. Yeah, I got a same setup here, buddy. My room isn't 10x10, I don't think. I have a little diagram of my current setup right now. And this is me right here. This is 20, 24 would be nice for you. Yeah, for sure. Heck, even a 16 would be kind of cool, you know? The 16 would make the room look really big, but I'm on a crop sensor though, so I'm currently using 223 millimeter lenses right now, and these are the two angles that I have. I got a horizontal for YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and I have a vertical over here on for TikTok. By the way, for those of you guys that are brand new here, welcome in. Make sure to subscribe and follow. Jason, what's up, Jason? How are you, man? Thanks for stopping in. If you do want a horizontal experience, feel free to jump over to Kick, Twitch, or YouTube. Flicks by Jayhawk, congratulations, dude. A7S3 with a Sigma. Woo, Bubba. Nice work, dude. Can you search this IGP page and tell me which camera I should get to get this look? What is the page? Links probably won't work. Yeah, links probably won't work on TikTok. Yeah, you're gonna have to DM me on TikTok, because I don't think a link will work on the TikTok chat, unfortunately. Bro, how do you fix the viewfinder? I don't know, dude. My 6D sensor is failing and I'm looking for a replacement on I have no idea, man. I'm not a repair guy. I'm not a help desk or I'm sorry, a repair desk. I have no idea how to fix a camera. I know how to use them. But at that point, man, repairing a sensor, you might as well like get a new camera. I don't even know if that's even worth it, you know? It might be totaled. I'm thinking about getting the Sigma 23. That's what I'm using right now. The Sigma 23 is very nice. For the R10, yeah, the 23 is quickly becoming, Jason, the 23 Sigma is quickly becoming my favorite focal length, man. The 23 Sigma on the R10, what are you going to use it for? I already own the Sigma 18 to 50 and the 10. Yeah, also the Sigma 10 to 18, if you don't own that one, that one's not a must buy, but I would recommend that one for like later down the line, the 10 to 18. I'm asking what you would recommend as a replacement camera. Oh, buy another one. Buy another 6D if you like it. Or buy a 5D. To your chat in a few minutes automatically. Uh-oh. TikTok says I don't have a live stream currently going. That is false. Let's see. Her favorite camera. Can you check out my Instagram page and give me any tips? I'm not doing any reviews today. Her favorite camera. For those of you guys that are looking for reviews, Jesus. My shirt smells weird. Yeah, I'm not doing any reviews today. For those of you guys that are looking for reviews, though, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. When I do portfolio reviews, I'm going to be doing them over there. ZVE10, or should I get something like DJI Osmo Pocket for content creation? I would get the ZVE10 too. The Osmo Pocket is pretty great too, though. You recommend 5D4 or R? Probably the 5D4, truthfully. What smartphone par approved camera? I don't know what you're saying, bud. Woody, what up, Woody? I have also been thinking about trading in both lenses. Ooh, bro, I have the art lens. The art lens is really nice. I got it right here, actually. I haven't used it in a couple days. But yeah, the art lens is really, really nice, dude. Let's see. Which one do you want to trade? I would, if you get this lens, I would get rid of the 18 to 50. The other two lenses, the 56 is still a very unique lens. That one's like a great portrait. You know what I mean? So that's still a really nice portrait lens. Jason Prescott. Great questions though, bro. I would keep the 56. The 56 1.4s are great. Are great. This 17 to 40, dude, this became my everyday carry because it's a little bit bigger, but it is so freaking good, dude. Oh, my R10 is right here too. You want to see what it looks like on the R10? Oh, this is the 10 to 18, by the way, that is on here. This is such a great lens too. Yeah, so this is my R10. I was taking pictures with it earlier today. Today or yesterday? Yeah, so this is the... my focus on this camera has been acting weird for some reason. Yeah, the R10 is really nice, you guys. The R10 is really, really nice. They did a nice job on it. Yeah, really, really good. Woody POV, what up, Woody? I use a Sony a7 IV when I shoot video 60 FPS. It becomes APS-C, but I need the native 60 FPS. You think I can update? Should I update for the new or another Sony camera? I would probably get the new Sony, the a7 IV, if you really need the 60 full frame. Yeah, what camera are you using right now? On TikTok, I'm using a Sony ZVE-10 II. Hey, just asking which you prefer, manual or program set. Usually I use manual, but I'm usually in aperture priority for like quick and easy. Would you get a 24 to 70 f2.8 or 28 to 70 f2 to get a bunch of primes? Depends on your budget, Camera Maynard. I own the 28 to 70 f2, and that lens is heavy, dude. It's a big. I call that lens. I have it. I own it. I nicknamed her Big Bertha, Big Chungus, aka the thickest. I have one strong arm now because of that lens. Yeah, the 23 is a little tight. If you're looking for an everyday prime, though, Jason, I do recommend you taking a look at the. Have you looked at the 16 millimeter? Have you ever tried that one? Also, they did come out with a new one, the 15. Which is really nice. This is a really nice everyday lens. I own this lens. I used to own 4 of them, and now I own 3. I have 2 for Canon and 1 for Sony. Really, really nice lenses, bro. Also, they do have the 12. The 12 is a little wide, though. Not gonna lie, the 12 is a little wide. Yeah, these are great everyday. 23 is good, though. 23 is very good. Not gonna lie. Is the Nikon Z52 as good as the Canon R10? I don't know, actually. Paul, I would go to B&H Photo. This is what I do when I want to compare stuff, guys. Go to B&H Photo. Type in R10. Add it to the compare feature, and then what did you say? The Z50? What camera did you say? Z52. And ooh, this one's kind of nice, dude. Yeah. And then here you get like a a camera to camera comparison. Price, they cost about the same. Ooh, look at this. You got 24 megapixels. You got 20 megapixels over here. Both of them have mechanical shutters. Metering range. This one has more metering range. I think that's what that means, right? Ooh, look at this. This has 30 FPS versus 23. Probably because this has less megapixels. This shoots. Thank you for the remote. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Who was that? Kieron. What up, Kieron? SWVA, what up? Both of them shoot in 10-bit, so that's great. 8-bit and 10-bit. They're pretty close, bro. They're pretty close, not gonna lie. At this point, it looks like, you know, the only difference, look, same resolution screen. The only difference really that I see, same viewfinder. Truthfully, does one of these shoot in a raw file format? Because the R10 does not shoot in C-Log. And then the differences, so you get 5 extra megapixels, 4 extra megapixels. So in a photography sense, they're almost identical, practically identical. I hopped in to learn more about. Right now, we're comparing the Canon R10, which is actually a great question. The Canon R10 versus the Z52. Paul Sioko. Yeah, bro, go check out this website, bnhphotovideo.com, and then use the compare feature. I'm sure there's other websites that do it as well, but that's what I do when I'm looking at cameras and I'm really tough trying to decide. These are very closely aligned, though. Thanks for answering. No problem, man. I'm gonna get that. Yeah, Jason, I would add all of the Sigma lenses to like a wish list, because every single one of them is excellent, man. Valerie Visions, I have an RP with a 50 and 85. What's a third recommendation? Probably something wide, like a 24 millimeter. That'd be really cool, Valerie. Yes, I really need the 60 FPS right now because I'm into club videography. Yeah. The A7 IV does the 120 though in a crop mode, so be mindful of that. Woody POV. If I'm not mistaken, the A7 V only does 120 in Super 35. SWVA, what's good, buddy? How are you, man? Thanks for stopping in again. I appreciate you guys. Kieran, same thing, man. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Thanks, bro. Just earned a new follower. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. If you're not following Paul over on YouTube, consider doing so. I've been editing YouTube videos for the past couple of hours. It's different long form content over there, but feel free to hang out here on TikTok as well. Watch wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you like. That's why I stream across multiple platforms, really. Oh no, I lost a follower on YouTube. Darn it, a subscriber. That's okay. That means there's more room for people that want to subscribe. Yeah, right. What is a kit lens? What is a kit lens? 24. You mean the 24 to 105 STM? Do you guys know the differences between STM, USM, and VCM? I'll show you. So this is what you see on Canon lenses specifically. So Canon's VCM, UCM, USM, and STM are motor technologies designed for different needs. Voice coil motor offers premium silence. So if you look at a lens, a Canon lens, it'll either say, here, let me show you. It'll either say, like for example, this right here, this says STM. This is an STM. This is a stepping motor lens. And then the red ones will say USM. And then there's one that's VCM. It's how the internals and like the I don't know any fancy words, but it's how the motors work and move the elements inside of the lens. Voice coil offers premium silent and rapid hybrid autofocus for high-end lenses. UCM ultrasonic is best for fast, precise professional stills. So USM is like photography lenses. VSM is for video. STM is the budget. The stepping motor provides smooth, quiet lenses. You ever use an STM lens and you can hear like those are the motors that are moving back and forth. I am new to street photography. H, so you don't know? What do you mean I don't know? What don't I know? H. Yeah, STM is stepping motor, not servo. After you turn in the final product to a client, what do you do with the raw files if you keep them for go? I keep them. I keep them for a while. I save them on cold storage. Is the 70 to 200 Mark II really that much better than the Mark I? I don't know. Check the differences. What are the differences on the lenses? Sometimes they do a lot of improvements. They improve the autofocus. They improve the communication between the lens and the camera. Sometimes they just reduce the weight. Taro, I'm new to photography. What do you recommend for me? Budget friendly. What's your budget, Taro? What is your budget? Jason Prescott over on YouTube. The way some YouTubers push full frame cameras, etc., it makes you wonder if you should invest in APS-C lenses like the Sigma. I like both of them. The crop sensor cameras are great. What lens is better, quickest? I'm not actually sure. The way that I was looking at it here, H, I don't know if you can see my screen because I just Googled it. I was kind of pop quizzing. The VCM is like made for video, for nice quick video. It's the new VCM lenses are coming with those for video focused lenses. Ultrasonic is going to be the STM is definitely the lowest one. Those are the stepping motor ones that you can actually hear. And then the ultrasonic ones on my L series lenses, they're pretty quiet. But budget friendly. Here we go. Budget friendly. So I guess if we were going to grade them in terms of which is best, I'm going to say STM is at the bottom, USM, and then VSM is going to be made for video or have a more video focused kind of features, if that makes sense. What do you think about full frame is better than APS-C, but APS-C is plenty good, man. It's plenty good. Most of my cameras in front of me right now, I have 4 cameras, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them are crop sensors. For my paid work, like my daytime, my full-time job, I use full frame sensors. Pretty cheap, those who know. I still haven't found my wallet. Damn, bro. I hope you canceled your credit cards. Interesting. I always thought STM was the quietest. No, STM's kind of loud. Not loud like in loud, but no, stepping motor is you can actually hear it going through. You can sometimes hear it on your onboard camera mic if you listen closely enough. STM lenses look more consistent when changing like G lenses. You talking about like focus breathing? No, I mean sometimes. I guess it depends on the lens, really. Focus breathing, I've seen it like my 85 millimeter f2 that has a STM motor, and you can really see the breathing, the focus breathing on that. So Julia, hello Julia, how are you? Hello. Brother. Does the R5 have an STM motor? The motors are on the lenses, Julia. Yeah, the motors are on the lenses. It's what makes the lenses like focus in and out. The R5, did you get to use it again? Yeah, did you get to use it again? That R5, man. That camera, Julia, was the first camera that when I purchased it, like I was for real on beans and rice for like a whole year. Yeah, that camera, I bought it for like $4,000. And I remember I was like, what am I even doing? Is this going to work? Am I actually going to do this? The video. Oh, so the lens, the 50 millimeter is an STM lens. So you were using this lens, this right here, and check it out. So if you look at the lens, look at what it says right here, STM. And this lens does move a lot. This is another lens that actually, like it does hunt a lot. Actually, you know what? Check this out. If you notice on this camera here, this is the R5 Mark II right here, and this is an STM lens as well. And you'll see that when I turn it on, look what the lens does. You see it like move? That is the stepping motor, like turning on and like moving around. Hello. What about the Canon R5? Wondering if I should return it and get the R6 III. I already own the A7 IV. Why don't you get the A7 V, bro? Need it for portraits? Why aren't you using the R5 for portraits, dude? What's wrong with the R5? R5 is sick. The video was trying, kept hearing, yeah. So you'll hear the little stepping motors. Have a look up. What's the quietest autofocus? I think there's a new way they do it. That's the VSM lenses. I think they do get better over time. How cameras and lenses you got? I got a bunch. My lens does that, so it's not the camera. Yeah, it's the lens. Nostalgic Dylan, what up, Nostalgic Dylan? Would you say a Sony 64 with a 55-210? The camera's okay. That lens is mediocre at best. Jason Prescott. I also have a Canon 50mm and a Canon 100 that I can use on a full frame body. Okay, cool. I don't like the 100-400 that much, if it's the RF one. Wow, I see. Love the M50, obviously, but I can't debate the quality of the R5. Yeah, take it from Junior. Whenever he's not using it, it's like, hey, Vic said I could borrow that. That's funny. That's funny. Yes, I should just keep my Canon R5 that I just got in the mail. Yeah, the R5 is sick, dude. R5 is great. I gave away my R5 to my little brother. Because I had the R5 Mark II. How much is all your equipment? $1 million. You got an FX3? No, I do not. I also have a TT Artisan. Cool, cool. Telephoto lenses yet, and I'm considering the Tamron 70-180. Would you recommend it? Yeah, that one's a good lens. Tamron to 180. Yeah, very popular lens. Buy it used. Make sure you buy it used. Who makes better cameras, Canon or Sony's? Canon. Should I have gotten the R6 III instead? That's what I was wondering. Instead of what? The R5? Probably. Probably. The R5 is a great camera. 50 to 150 f2, good. What do you think, AB? What do you think, buddy? Marcus Jacob, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I just bought a 90mm Macron. Nice. Can. What are you going to use it for? What will you use it for? First time chat. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, the 50 to 150 f2. What? Who makes it? I want to get into product. Oh, perfect, dude. Yeah, a macro lens is going to be great for that for sure. I got the R5 only because I already own the A7 IV. What you're saying doesn't make any sense. Just Reyes. Like you owning an A7 IV doesn't explain to me why you got the R5. You know what I mean? Like those things are not like, they're not like, the puzzle pieces aren't fitting together. I know it's not the fastest, but yeah, if it works, buddy, if it works. We were talking about that lens specifically this morning, because there's an EF version that costs just about the same, but the EF version is an L series lens. It's a 100 to 400 L. It is an EF, but it still works great. And I'm like, if you're looking at that lens, you might as well just check this lens out. It's right here, look. Like this 100 to 400 right here, this is much better, and it costs about the same in good condition. I'm considering getting Sepalbola. Which Canon lens do you consider to be the best for landscape? It depends if you like wide landscape or if you like to really punch in. I like the 15 to 35 for landscapes. I'm gonna use the 50 to 150 f2 for sports. Probably do it, bro. Yeah, you should do it. I'm considering getting the Sony 70 to 350 super telephoto lens. What would you rate? I would rate it 4. I would rate it very, very poor. Mid at best. If I should return it. I don't know, Just. You're going to have to think about that for yourself, man. I can't make that decision for you. Do you own the 70 to 200 f2? I have the f2.8, yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Is the PGY Tech shoulder strap is good like small rig? What do you mean? The shoulder strap? I like the PGY Tech shoulder strap, yeah. I have a bunch of them. They sent me several. Uh, 35 150 or the 70 to 180? Ooh, I like the 35 to 150. That's an f2 to f2.8 from Tamron. That's really nice. Yeah, I would probably the R5 though, Just Reyes, like I would just keep it, dude. That's a great camera. It's a great camera. The 45 megapixels on that camera is like unbeaten, dude. It's unbeaten. And the R6 Mark III has a 34 or 33 megapixel sensor. So the 45 is just really, really nice. You know what I mean? I switched the sturdier strap to the R5 and had the PGY Tech wrist strap on the... Oh, so you were dual wielding, Julia. Oh my God, who are you? You were like, bam, 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 bam. Look at you. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Best lens for sports, R7, 70 to 200. I felt so legit using both. Just had to shoot with the girls. Yeah. Yeah, I have one of those straps that like the cameras hang off to your side. Yeah, those are really nice as well. What you recommend 35 for Sony? The 35 G Master is really nice. Yeah, that one's really nice for sure. Just Reyes, what lenses are you using on your R5, by the way? I was sweating, but it was so fun. Oh yeah, I've seen those too for video and street. I just left the Claude AI event. I have so much to tell you about to drive through. All right, bet. Yeah, I was I started up my project on Claude, so I was messing around with that earlier. Kind of neat, man. I got a pro subscription, so I was messing around with the Claude Cowork and the Claude Code. I was just dabbling in Claude Code, not just kind of understanding what it can do, you know? I'll give you the forewarning. All right, bet. Is the Nikon Z FC good? Intermediate photographer under start. I don't know what camera that is. The Nikon Z FC. I don't know much about Nikon, to be honest. Eric Snyder. For those of you guys that are joining over on TikTok, welcome in. Hello. How are you? Make sure to follow if you're not. Want to be a golfer? Thank you for the follow. Ooh, this camera looks cool. Nikon Z FC. Look at this, guys. Ooh, I don't know why, but this camera is sexy AF. Look at this. Wow, what does all this stuff do, guys? Look at all the numbers. This looks nice, dude. I totally forgot. I've seen this camera around, but I don't remember it. Like it doesn't come to mind at all. This looks great, dude. Yeah, I would buy this camera for sure. I would buy this camera just because of the looks. I bet you that it's not that great though. It just looks awesome. Yeah, I don't want to pay $399 for a tripod. You should not pay $399 for a tripod. I need a tripod. Can you make a video or short about tripods? Reasonably priced. I already did. I think I have one on my YouTube channel. I think I did. And I have tripod recommendations on my page already. If you're on YouTube, I pinned the comment with my links on there. Oh, here we go. Look, buy this tripod. You definitely need to get a tripod. Why? Boom. First 30 seconds. Yeah, so I pinned the comment, and that's where it takes you to my recommended, and I have a tripod category. I actually named it best tripods. Have it already. Just want to make sure it's a good decision. I think so, Eric Snyder. What lens did you get, man? Yeah, it looks nice. Not gonna lie, man. It looks clean. Nikon ZFC. It does look cool. It does have a sleek retro design. I would buy it just for the looks alone. Yeah. I really wouldn't even care of any of the features. I would buy it just because it looks pretty. You know what I mean? It's simple. Yeah. Yeah. Got a good semi-auto function. What accessories would you add to Canon R50? Lens triggers? Lens triggers? The lenses, the Sigma lenses are all really nice. Triggers, I don't really use triggers. Sony A4700? I don't even know what that is, dude. Sony A4700? I will take a look at it. Thanks. Yeah, for a tripod, Jason, for tripods, I recommend like. Also, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you guys are actually watching the live. Sometimes it like skips on you for some reason. But for tripods, I usually like to spend anywhere from like 50 to 60, all the way up to like $200 maximum. Unless I'm buying like a super specific tripod for a specific reason that I need to take into like Alaska. $150 maximum, you know? 6,700 maybe. I don't understand your question though, Tommy. Are you just telling me that a camera exists? Opinions on Zcam. I don't, what is a Zcam? What's a Zcam, you guys? Oh, is that like one of those block cameras? What are you going to use it for? The problem with these cameras is like you need to like rig it out with a bunch of shit because it doesn't have an interface, you know? Rocky, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. D Jones, what about photography lights? What about them? D Jones. I have everything linked, you guys, in my link in bio. And you can get to my link in bio by hitting my profile picture. And once you hit my profile picture, there's a link in bio. And then this takes you right to my Amazon storefront by clicking this little Amazon button. Pretty easy to get to. And then I have lights, accessories, all kinds of stuff here. Here we go. Lights. Boom. Here are all the lights I recommend and all the lights that I own as well. A full list of everything that I recommend. Sweet. Let me go check them out. Yeah, please do. Please do. I own all of these lights and I'm using 2 of them right now. Actually, I'm using a lot of these lights right now. That's what's lighting this whole room right now. There's a light back there that you can see. Some tube lights. I was hoping that my friend Big Texas was gonna join today, but I don't think he's around. I don't think he's around. I was packing up his small rig cage. Two viewers on Kick. What's going on, Kick World? Who are you guys? Identify yourselves. Or send me an emoji to let me know if you guys are lurkers. Send me the eyeball emojis. That way I know that you guys are there, but you guys are just lurking. Same with Twitch. Send me an eyeball emoji if you guys are just lurking. Which is cool. Totally cool. Malik, what's up, Malik? Aura Click Photography, thanks for the camera recommendations. Yeah, you got it. I had my first photo. How'd it go? What's up, dude? How are you, Malik? How are you? Aura Click Photography, thank you so much for the heartbeat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It was good. Well, tell me about it. What was the subject? Was it portraits? Was it a wedding? Was it an event coverage? What was it? What camera did you use? Were you nervous? Give us the deets. Well, it was a birthday shoot. Nice. Okay, birthday coverage. Did you charge for it or did you do it for free? What camera for newbie? R50. It was free. Totally cool. Totally cool. Yeah, totally cool. I was nervous. Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. I get it. That'll go away, though. That'll go away. These live chats are very helpful. Thanks for saying that, Jason. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It's just a simple way for me to give back, you know, give back some time and try to answer as many questions as possible. That's all that it is. And also, I own a lot of shit, a lot of stuff, you know? And I recommend the stuff. Auraclick, thank you so much for the gifts. Appreciate it. I buy a lot of stuff, and that way you guys can like buy something that I have, and you know that it has it's been tested, right? I've bought a lot of shit in the past where that doesn't really work out too well. I use Canon 80D. I just imported the pictures to my laptop. Nice editing session. What lens were you using? Is Evado AI? I've never used that. What is Evado AI? Is that like a culling software? It's an editing app? Oh, I've never used it. I just use Lightroom, and then I did get like a free license from another Luminar AI way back in the day. Luminar AI, it was kind of cool, but I use Adobe. Luminar, I bet you it's still around. Luminar AI. Skylum, here it is. Yeah, this editing software I know is the one that they sent me a product key a while ago. 74% off. How much is it? Ooh, look at this. I'd probably do this. Cross-device perpetual license. One-time payment. Yeah, I would do this. Or you know what? I'd probably do this one. One-time payment. Luminar Neo on desktop, mobile app for iOS, creative library access. Yeah, I'd buy this for sure. What is the difference here? Oh, and creative library assets. Yeah, I'd probably buy this. Because it was good. It was a decent it was decent software. Really easy to use, you know. Mhm. What is this? Spell it, please. Luminar AI. Or yeah, Luminar. What did I say? Luminar AI right here. Can you see it on my screen? I would check this out. Luminar Neo. Watch some YouTube videos on it. You know, they sent me their product license a long time ago. So I don't even know if mine still works. Probably. This is on my other PC though, so I'll have to check it out. Super Sharp AI. Yeah, this is for people that don't want to use Adobe, which is fine. I should probably make another video about this. You know what I'll do? I should write this down. If my license still works, I'll make a YouTube video about it. Because I probably still get commissions from it. Or could get commissions. 4. Let's see. Check if I still have Luminar AI license. Make video. If so. Is that an editing website? It's an editing software, Luminar Neo, yeah. I would do some research on it, YouTube it, you know, watch a couple YouTube videos on it. I liked it when I was using it. This was years ago. And it looks like they added a lot of new stuff and added an app, which is cool. Back in the day, they didn't have an app. Tamron 17-70 or Fujinon for the XM5. I'd probably buy the Fujinon. Truthfully. Which vlog camera do you recommend that has log? I have a Canon and Fuji lenses. Probably the R50V. I would do the R50V for sure. I will try Adobe too. How about Luminar Lightroom? They probably have a plugin. Luminar Neo, what I remember, it was this was even before ChatGPT. So this must have been 3-4 years ago. Shit. Is the Sony ZV-E10 good for photo and video? I'm using the ZV-E10 right now. That's what you're watching me on, right? Yeah, it's a great camera. Yeah, it's a great camera for sure. Yeah, this is the Mark II. Yeah, this is the ZV-E10 Mark II. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm using it with a 23mm C-Rui lens. C-Rui lens. This is the setup. I bought it in white because all my cameras are black. Yeah, so this is the one that I bought right here, Sony Alpha ZV-E10. And then the lens that I'm currently using is the C-Rui lens, which is this one. The 23mm, this guy right here. This lens, I bought it in white, and I bought the camera in white, so it looks like a white samurai. It comes in silver, black, and white. Depends on what you like. That's pretty nice. Yeah, it is nice. It is nice. This is the two cameras. I'm using an R50 and the Sony. The Sony is twice as expensive as the R50. Literally twice as expensive. This one up here is the Canon. And then this one down here is the Sony. Should I get a Tamron 150? Which one? What are the apertures? Jibby belly. You guys that have emojis as names, I don't get it. I don't get it. Julia, how you been using those mics, by the way, the small rig mics? What's your oldest camera? Are you still using it? No, I gave it away. Right now, my oldest camera would have to be... Ooh, I don't even know. I'd have to go to my purchase history. All the cameras I currently have, I still use, though. They're so nice. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty nice. They have noise canceling too. I have I'm playing with mine and I always keep my my magnet thing on me. Cuz you got to be ready. You know, you got to be ready. What's your first camera? My first camera was the M50. How do I set my Canon camera audio mic? Are you talking about your onboard mic, your built-in mic? I wish I knew when they were connected, unless they do, and I'm just a boomer. The light matches. So you'll see that the bottom. So the way that it works, Julia, is you're definitely not a boomer. The way that it works is you open this up, right? And then you connect this to your phone. And then you can put this on. And as soon as the colors match, got to close this. So now it's green and green. Now it's connected. And that's noise canceling. And then you can turn it off and then it'll turn. There's like a power level. And then, did you read the manual? And then there's also blue. So that right there is blue, but there's also green. So we'll do it again in real time. So as soon as you take this out, you plug this in. So everything is turned off, right? I should switch this lens again, actually. You take this thing, you plug it in. And the lights are blinking. This is like blinking as well. So as soon as you take this out and close it, the light should match. So right now it's instant. So green and green connected. Same phone, brother. Brother. Do you feel like the little make the difference too? Only when you're outside. I don't use them unless I'm outside. They're specifically made for wind covers. So if you're indoors, don't use them. I don't do the audio. I don't mess with the audio on the onboard mic. I don't use that audio. and I don't recommend anybody use it. It's really bad. Yeah, so go grab your, if you grab your phone and just plug it in, it'll instantly, as soon as the colors match, either blue or green. I usually keep the noise reduction. So as soon as the receiver is green and the transmitter is green, connected, and it's usually instant. Or pretty instant, you know. La R5 Mark II es fantástico, Frank. Frank Velasquez. Okay, gotcha. I may have skimmed it unless it's an audio. Jessica FM, come on. Better than the DJI Mic Mini? Hell no. Is this USB-C? These small rig mics? Yeah, they're USB-C. Hey everyone, hope y'all having a good night. I have that keyboard and mouse. Nice, nice. Avion, how are you? Happy Easter. Is tomorrow Easter, everybody? Tomorrow's Easter, right? But they're so cute. The mics? Yeah. The mics, these mics are great, dude. I use this. I have so many mics, you guys. I can't even tell you. Should I pull them out? On my desk over here, I have like 4 or 5 different sets of mics. Not even gonna lie. Yeah, just at like arm's length, I have like 3 sets of mics here. These small rig ones, these, some of these were sent to me. These are from Newer. These are okay. These are cheap. These are some old DJI mics that I have. These are super old. And then I have the mic minis as well. I also have the mic 2s and the mic 3s in another setup. These are really, really nice. The mic 2s and the mic 3s. The mic 3s I might get rid of though. But even with all these mics here, the ones that I use the most are these guys. These little small rig ones. Not because they're better, but because they're so easy to use. They're just like, this is all I need. And like when I'm creating content, like all I do is I put this in my bag. I plug this into my cell phone, put this on my necklace, plug it into my phone, and create a piece of content. So when you have something like that's when you make content, when shit's easy. When you need to like add, and that's why I sent them to you, Julia. Also, Small Rig gave them to me. But like they're so good. They're so good. One thing about the Small Rig though, Jessica, that they're for your cell phone only. They're for your, they don't work on a proper camera. That's the one thing you got to keep in mind. Mic 2s and 3s, can you talk about them? The mic 2s are great. The mic 3s I didn't like as much because they don't have a an audio jack for like lavalier mics. Yes, mic tour. Yeah, so those are just the mics that are right in front of me. I also have like other kinds of mics that I use for other things. I just joined the stream. Welcome in, Jessica. Consider following if you're not following, Jessica. Also, I do have a YouTube video about these mics. You can get to my YouTube channel just by hitting my link in bio. But I made a video about mics. Where is it? This one right here. The cheapest way to fix your audio. Boom. Me without. Your audio probably sucks, and that's why people aren't sticking around to watch your entire video. It isn't your lighting, it isn't your camera, and it isn't the algorithm. It's most like. So yeah, consider following me over on YouTube. I make content like this all the time, guys, because I review shit constantly. Constantly. I was about to film a video today. It was going to be like how to make a YouTube video even if you're poor. They're so cute. Yeah. Sony A7 III versus Canon R6. I would get the R6 for sure. When you do an Insta account again, I haven't seen this in a while. I did them recently. I am a noob. But I'm not gonna be doing free portfolio reviews on TikTok. They're gonna be on YouTube. Do Fujifilm X-A1 still great for photography? I don't know that camera, Dave, unfortunately. It looks so much easier to use. Is this true? What? I just joined the stream. Easter, yes. Mike Tour. Oh, shit. I forgot. There's a bunch of new comments. Jessica, thank you for the comments. That's perfect. Thank you. I am. Love your content. You came up on my For You page one day. I got you. Appreciate it. Sony A7 IV versus Canon R6. Probably R6 Mark II versus the A7 IV. Will the reviews be live or private? The reviews will be live, but they're only going to be for paid channel members. And that's the way that I have it set up on YouTube. So basically the way that it'll work is if you guys want to be channel members over on YouTube, you become channel members, and anytime that I'm live and you happen to see my live, you can stop in. And one of the perks of being a paid channel member is you can say, hey, Vic, can you review my portfolio? And I can see that you're a paid channel member, and I'll review your stuff live in real time. So that's the idea there. Jessica, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate it. Canon EOS R8. I love the R8. Hi, the engagement photos came out amazing. Sick. Aaron, can you talk to us about it? Tell us about the engagement photos. What camera you used, what lens you used. Were you nervous? Did you have to pose to people? Were they jerks? Did it rain? Give us the details. Seth, what up, Seth? Sony A7 III or this? I would get the 67. Why did you say the R6 Mark II? Because that's what I would compare the A7 IV to. Got it. That's cool. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Also, for paid members at like a different tier, I'm going to be creating like preset packs, and I'm also going to be giving raw photos to those people. So whenever I do like editing sessions, people that are channel members will be able to use the same presets that I created for free, and also edit the same photos so we can kind of like follow along. So the idea there is like I'll announce that I'm going to be doing an editing session, and they'll be public, but only paid members will be able to download the presets and download the raw raw photos. And you can set it up on your TV or your phone and get in front of your computer and like follow along as we edit. I think that's be kind of cool. Right, Julia? It's kind of the idea. Question, how do you record editing? I use OBS. So people who can't afford anything can't watch the live. You know, you can watch. It'll be free. It'll be free to watch. Which one would you prefer, Canon R8 or the R6? Ooh. If I'm doing just photos, I would do the R6. I would pick the R6. I just got a job as an editor at a Nice, man. How much should I get paid for 30 sec? So do you have a job, or are you under contract? I meant, why did you prefer the R6 Mark II over the A7? Because Canon's better. Oh my God, I was so nervous. It was my sister, actually. I used my Sony 66. Nice, dude. Nice. Well, good thing it was for your sister. How did the photos turn out? Did you edit them yet, or are you still exporting them? Dumbfounded. I was nervous on my first photo shoot too, though. So, by the way, that goes away. That goes away. Vibration issues? I have no idea. Free to watch. I'd be Free to watch, be a paying member to participate. Yeah, exactly, exactly. What's the best laptop to edit 4K 422 10-bit? What are you looking to buy, Black Shadow? PC or Mac? I would buy probably the best Mac that you can afford, or the best gaming laptop with a dedicated graphics card. It was kind of cloudy, but it still came out amazing for the rest of the photos. I used my Sony. Nice. Nice. Should I get a Canon R7 for aviation photography? Hell yeah. Why is Canon better? Just explain. Because it's better. It's a better brand, better colors. It's just my opinion. I have a job, but we're still discussing the pay. It sounds like J Poopy J. It sounds like you don't have the job yet if you're still discussing the pay. I would probably be, depending on what market you're in and what the project entails, I need more information about the deliverables, really, to give you a concrete answer. Because 30 to 60 second reels doesn't really tell me much. Is the Canon R6 Mark I still good? For photos, yeah. For photos, hell yeah. I'm still editing. I took so many photos of them. Yeah. Yeah. Overshooting is an issue. I say that if you shot 1,000 photos and you can keep 100, 10%, you did good. So 10% is usually what I aim for. 10% keepers is what I call them. So I should go the Canon R6 Mark II, I would say, yeah. Any tips for wildlife photography with an R50? That lens is gonna be your downfall. The R50 is nice, but the RF 100 to 400 is buns, bro. I shot about six. Oh, that's nothing, dude. 600 photos. When I go out, I shoot thousands, thousands of photos. Thousands. And I'm not bragging about that, by the way. It's a problem. 600 is nothing, though. I thought you were going to say like 2,000. Yeah, I shoot about 500 photos an hour, roughly. What SD card do you use? I have everything listed, just the plain guy, on my Amazon storefront, and you can get there by hitting my profile picture right on TikTok. So you hit my little profile picture, this will take you to my page here, and then you hit the first link in bio. And then once you're here, I have a little Amazon page, and I have all of the gear that I recommend, including the SD cards that I recommend. This was my first real photo shoot like this, and you should be, Aaron. You should be, because you fucking did it. Because you did it. Yeah, the next one's going to be easier, and the one after that is going to be even easier than that. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. What do you think about the Canon R? Slow for me here. What do I think about the Canon R? I think the Canon R is a little bit older. I think there might be better, unless you can find it for a decent deal, there might be better options for you. How can I maximize my DJI Osmo Action 6? How can you maximize it? By using it. By using it. What kind of photography you do? RF BDK, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I don't have to edit too much, just have to put a little warmth on the photos. Nice. Nice. Warm them up. Make sure to crop them. Crop them in nicely. You know, use the compositional rules. Make sure they're placed nicely in the frame. The salon guy, what up? How are you? Welcome back, buddy. I bounce between TikTok and YouTube. Cool, cool, cool. Appreciate it. I'm kind of doing everything right now, but I really want to do sports photography. It's how I started. Yeah, the video on the R3 is not bad. Of course not, dude. That's a premium camera, bro. But I have more followers on YouTube. Cool. Oh, great. Just came back from a sports shoot. I have a soccer shoot next weekend. Pretty excited about that. What camera should I use for that? I was thinking about using the R5 Mark II and then R7. Or maybe I should do something crazy and use like the R50. I'll have to think about it. The R100? Yeah, right. I have to dig that camera out of the trash. Can you properly explain 3-point lighting for talking head? I have a YouTube video about that actually. Let's see. The way to get to my YouTube channel is just by hitting the link in bio. Right here. And then I have a little YouTube icon. You just hit the little YouTube icon and my channel pops right up. And then it was one of my recent videos. It was a lighting video. Let's see. I have several lighting videos actually. I have one right here, the best light for noobs. Not all lights are created equal. And if you're just getting started with content creation, choosing the right lights can... That was kind of a funny... Not all lights are created equal. And if you're just... Oh, man. Sometimes I crack myself up, man. Yeah, so I have YouTube videos about that, but 3-point lighting setup is just set your key at a 45-degree angle, like this one right here or this one right here. Get a hair light and get a background light, and that's it. And that's it. Do you do any affiliate stuff here on TikTok shop stuff? Yeah, for sure. R5 II has so much cropping power. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was gonna use both the R5 II and the R7. I was gonna use the 70 to 200 on the R7 for that extra punch, and then do something like a 28 to 70 on the R5 because it does have that extra punch, you know. Should I sell my R100? I don't think you're gonna get anything for the R100, dude. I don't know, Sean. I don't know. I don't think you'll get anywhere near the price of the R1, even with all of that. Who lets brother? How are you?
Brother.
I'm taking pictures at church tomorrow and need help with settings. Get there early. Get there early. Do you shoot C-Log 3 on the R50V? Sometimes. Sometimes. Not a lot, though. I like the colors right out of the camera. I did a quote on B&H for my Canon Rebel, and they quoted me 40. Exactly, dude. Exactly. The Rebel cameras, the R100, they're not going to give you nothing for it, dude. It's better for you just to keep them, truthfully. Should I upgrade to the R8? My current camera is the R100. Yes. Yes, you should, Sholapis. What an upgrade I got. Yeah. Yeah, well, it happens often, Aaron, that people get like the Rebel series cameras and they're like, oh my God, Canon sucks. I'm like, no, they don't. It's just the Rebel series are just awful cameras. And then I should go to Sony, and then they go to Sony and they're like, oh my God, Canon definitely does suck. Look how much better the Sony is. I'm like, no, the Rebel series is just an awful set of cameras. It happens all the time. I see it way too often. I still have a C100. Cool. Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate that. Pink Unicorn. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. By the way, if you guys aren't following over on TikTok, please follow this account. I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of April. I don't know if we'll get there, but we'll try. What about the Lumix TZ99? I don't know nothing about that camera. The R100 and the T7 are the same thing, different builds and different names. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Also, if you guys want to see a vertical version of this live stream, if you want to see it horizontally, I should say, I am live streaming to Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. Or you guys can chill out right on TikTok if you'd like. Have you shot any open gate? Is it worth it? Open gate is nice. I've shot some open gate stuff. Yeah. I actually filmed a video, YouTube video in open gate, but I use it for my work. I actually titled the video "Open Gate Sucks." I suck at it. Here are a couple things. Open gate sucks. At least I suck at it. And you can see that this video is a little bit more square. But yeah, I use it for my work. I like it. I definitely like it. It's good for like different options and stuff like that. So at my full-time job, I record interviews. So having the ability to have like a horizontal and a vertical output is really cool. This was before I EQ'd this mic. I peaked at the beginning of this mic, at the beginning of this take right here. I grabbed the Effie for cheap. It was so good. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I make content about all this stuff. All this stuff. My content is very different than what it is on TikTok, than it is on YouTube, and what it is on Instagram. And that's, I do that intentionally. I do that intentionally so that people have a reason to follow on different accounts. Basically shoot in the center frame and you're good, right? Not always. Also, open gate is 7K on the Canons, so 7K is a lot more than 4K. But yeah, no, you get to use the entirety of the sensor, so if you want to like find a shortcut, yeah, you could just shoot in the center frame, but 7K is way different, dude. I need open gate. No, you don't, Andrew. You don't need open gate. Sony needs open gate. I don't think they'll ever do it. I don't think they'll ever do it, man. I don't think they'll ever do it on their consumer cameras. They might do it on their larger cameras like the FX6s. I only went with Sony because I wanted to see the difference with the brands and I got a good price for. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Sony's great. Sony's great. But again, Aaron, keep in mind that I do, you know, I see tons of people coming in here asking questions about it, and I often see people that started on the Rebel series cameras just step away from Canon because of their experience with Rebel. And Rebels are like, they sell so many of those cameras, like so many, because they come in a little box as a kit for $500 at Target or at Best Buy. You know what I mean? And then people get the Rebels and like, oh my God, this camera sucks, and it does. I should go to Sony, and they do. But what they needed to do was buy a nicer camera, slightly more expensive than the Rebel. But because it's available readily at Target, Best Buy, Walmart, you can buy those cameras over there, and like they sell so many of them. Yeah, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Soy el com Miguel. What lens do you recommend for the Sony ZV? What are you doing with it? Soy el Coco Miguel. What are you doing with the ZVE 10 II, buddy? People be hating on Canon because they only cam they used was the T7 or the T3i or the T5 or the whatever. Of course, I'll definitely have to buy a nice Canon at some point. Yeah, but nothing's wrong with Sony. Sony's a great brand. I'm using a Sony right now. And you can see the differences in these two cameras. Different lenses. Both are 23 millimeters. One is the Canon up here, and then this one down here is the Sony. And you can see immediately the focus. You see how this pulls a little bit differently on the Canon is like nice and slow. And then the Sony, when I do the exact same thing, the Sony's like super snappy. For me, I think that the Sony is a little too snappy, and I even slowed it down. When it's at its fastest focus speed, it's like instant. And I kind of don't like that. It looks a little bit too digital. I kind of like the focus pull a little bit. But the autofocus is great on the Sony for sure. It doesn't miss. And I keep saying that I'm gonna set up. I messed with the autofocus on my top-down shot here, and now it's acting all weird, and it's not really like lining up. I don't know what I did, but I messed with the settings, and it's giving me some issues right now. But that was on me because I did have it perfect, but I fiddled with it. Thank you for the follow. Soy el Coco Miguel. Appreciate it. The autofocus is crazy. I did take the first initial photos today, manual focus. That's all my lens is. Your lens is manual focus? Really? What lens do you have? Are you sure? That doesn't seem right to me. Sigma 28 to 70 f2.8. That's a manual lens? No way. I don't believe it. Not that I don't believe you, but I'm saying like I don't believe it. Like, no. There's no way that's a manual lens. Suits design. That's a cool lens too. 28 to 70. Are you sure it's a manual lens? I don't think it is. It doesn't say here. No, it's an autofocus. Yeah, it can do both. It could be manual and it could be, you can set the autofocus on, which is important. Julia, by the way, have you ever used that 35 millimeter, the macro lens? I thought you'd be nerding out over that lens. Out of all the lenses that I thought you would like, I knew that you would like the 16, and I thought that you would like the macro lens. But I don't even know if you've even tried it. I haven't too much. That one is really, really cool. That one's really cool. Yeah, that one's really, really cool. What up, Chill Time? What would I use it for? It's for macro photography. So whenever you have a second, go to like YouTube and type in macro photography. So it's a macro lens. So you could just have like, you know, be creative. You can like take shots of like jewelry.
Hi, my name is Heather Larkin. In my spare time, I do a lot of...
Hi, Heather Larkin. So it's like getting close detail shots. So you get some like really creative shots that you can get like super close and stuff. You could do yeah, super close up stuff. Exactly. But you can use it for anything, but this lens has the ability to get super close to things. So it's a great lens to use for everything, but the macro capabilities of it allows you to get super close. Like it'll still work as a regular lens. But the 35, the macro would be really nice for like portraits. But then again, you also have the 30 and you also have the 56. So you have tons of options. Yeah. Super close-up stuff. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun, you know, whenever you're, you know, the girls aren't going crazy and you have some time to do some still life photography. What up, Gerald? Do you think the M4 Mini, which is very cheap, is good? I don't know what that is, Chill Time. The M4 Mini? What's the M4 Mini? Oh, I'll have to try it for portraits too. I was imagining close-ups of flower. Yeah, so again, it's a macro lens, so it has the ability to, for those of you guys that don't know, on the back of your lenses, let's see if we can see it. On the back of your lenses, there is this right here. You should be able to find this on all your lenses. This right here is the minimum focus distance of your lens. Okay, so this right here is a 1.14 feet macro lens, meaning that you can be 1 foot away from your subject. All lenses have this. This one right here says it right here. And it's a different distance. So if I go to the 85 and I go to my f1.2, those distances will be, all that is in order for you to take a picture of something, you're going to need to be like 1 foot away for it to actually focus. Macro lenses give you the ability to get even closer to the subject. Mac 4 Mini. I don't know much about Macs, bro. Yeah, I don't know much about Macs, unfortunately. Making some nice calendars with flowers. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Vic, the 100 to 500 is... yeah, it's a big-ass lens, dude. Did you rent it, Gerald? Sony is better. Sony's all right. $75 to $200. 70 to 200, you mean? I would get the second gen. 90 millimeter. Yeah, 90 millimeter macro is nice. I have a buddy, Big Texas. I'm sure you guys have seen him around. He got a 100 macro lens, but that one is an L series lens, so that one's crazy. Will I need to stabilize the camera? You got a tripod. You got a tripod. Yeah, it's just whenever you're feeling creative, you know, don't worry about it too much. I don't know, exploring different kinds of photography is fun. Exploring different kinds of photography, even walking around the neighborhood, you know, if you take the girls out for like a walk, take the little macro lens and look for flowers and like take photos of the flowers and, you know, just have fun with it. There's so many kinds of there's so many styles of photography that all of them are kind of cool to do. Like next week, next Sunday, I'm going to be doing a soccer game for a friend of mine. Her son is in a soccer league. He's in middle school, so he's in a competitive league, so it'll still be a cool, a good sport or a good time, you know. I'll get some good photos, but I don't often do sports photography, but I'm going to go try it and see what I can capture. I don't know the exact differences, Cachorro, but I would get the second version if you can afford it. But oftentimes what they do is they reduce the weight, they improve the autofocus, they improve the communication between the lens and the camera body. But you'll have to do some research on your own to see if the price difference is worth it. Sometimes it is worth it, and sometimes it isn't. Yes, I sent it by the end of the day. I was spent by the end of the day, yeah. Yeah. No, it's a big lens, dude. That's why it has that little tripod thing, so you can like put it on something. Are you going to show us your rig for that? Like all the things you're taking? I should, shouldn't I? I should. I'm going to be live streaming that. I'll make a video titled like I tried sports photography for the first time. I tried sports photography for the first time. Yeah, Julia. You are good, Julia. This is why I really love these lives, because I get so many fucking ideas. I should try planes next, huh? I tried aviation photography for the first time, and like my thumbnail's gonna be like, you know, like, I get so many aviation photographers in here, man. All good though. Maybe I could. Yeah, maybe I could do that. I tried car photography for the first time. You know. Can't carry a tripod. A monopod, bro. A monopod. Gerald, you know, if you're on a NASCAR track, man, you can get some good insight on what those guys are using. You know what I learned, Gerald? NASCAR or race car not race car photographers, racing photographers, a lot of them use Nikon. For whatever reason, they use Nikon. Yeah, that'd be cool. Do you do any macro? I have a couple of macro lenses. I took pictures of I take pictures of flowers. Nikon's fire? It is not. Nikon is not fire. Yeah. I was about to say, like, anytime I see an event on TV, I'm always looking to see what the photographers are using. Yeah, a lot of them were using Z9s. Exactly right. Exactly right. But there was one or two Sony people. I follow some photographers on Instagram, or it was on my For You page. A couple of them were Sonys. A lot of them were Canons, but the majority of them, like a big portion of them, were all Nikon users. Z8 and Z9s. What they use for the Olympics? They use Canons for the Olympics. It really depends on the publication, though. Well, I'm 6'8". I'm not sure if there's a monopod. They do. They have one for you, Gerald. 6'8". God bless you, bud. God bless you. Yeah, being that big is tough for everything, man. They make one for you. Let's look at this monopod. I wonder if it's good for 6'8". We'll look right now. I have one right next to me. Oh yeah, dude. I'm 5'8". So they have a monopod for you, buddy. Actually, I'll probably take that with me to the sporting thing. That's actually kind of nice. Yes, they do use Nikon. I've been talking to them. Yeah, a lot of them use Nikon. Tools of the trade, you know, tools of the trade. God bless your knees. 6'8" is 80 inches. Yeah. So I got the iFootage. What is that called? The iFootage Cobra. Let's look it up. They make monopods for you, man. If you told me you were 7'5", then I would be. Oh, here it is. Look. See? Maximum height, 71 inches. And those extra 9 inches that you're talking about, that's just your forehead. I'm kidding, Gerald. Vic, send me a link for that monopod. Here it is. I'll send you the one that I actually bought. I should add it to my storefront, shouldn't I? Is it on my storefront already? No, it isn't. Let's see, edit. It's called the iFootage Cobra. Cobra monopod. Yeah, you just gotta, I think I bought, they sell a couple versions of it. I think I have the $200 version one. Yeah, it came with all the fixins. The fixins. Oh no, this isn't the one I bought. So make sure to get the one that has the head on it. I bought this one. Holy shit, was it this much? Wow. I should add this one. So let me see. Add to the idea list. Add to View your list. Wish list, shopping list, no. Save this item. Oh, here it is. Tripods. Here it is. Nice. Perfect. Easy. Yeah, here it is. iFootage. The difference between them was that I bought the one that had all the fixins. So it has the little legs on it, and it has the Manfrotto base plate. LOL, I looked it up when you said it. Yeah, just make sure to get the one that has all the gear on it. There's other ones. I bought this one because it was like highly rated, and it was recommended to me by somebody that does that kind of stuff. So start working on your cardio so you can run up and down the field. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. So before going to that shoot, I'll definitely do some research on like other soccer players, other photographers that do soccer. Watch some videos, learn some tips and tricks, and just go out there and do my best. But I'll be live streaming it though, so I'll be live streaming it, so you guys will get to see some of the stuff, and I'll be chatting with you guys. It's a free shoot, you know, so I'm there to have fun and I'm there to capture photos, to take them back and then edit them so I can see how I did. Try different settings, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, iFootage makes a lot of cool stuff. I have a lot of their gear. A bunch of their iFootage. They make these really, really nice magic arms. I know it doesn't sound like all that crazy. Where is this? iFootage. But I trust this stuff with like my heavy, these things right here. These are fantastic. I've bought like 6 of these. Different lengths. Let's see. I tried to use my 24-105 kit lens, and that very Gerald, I told you, man. Listen, everybody in here, I wish there was more people in here, but you heard it from Gerald over here, man. The variable apertures are garbage, dude. I'm telling you, nobody believes me. Everybody, so you just want us to buy expensive stuff. I'm like, no, I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you. If you have to use your zoom, you'll miss the shot after. Yo, yeah, for sure. For sure. 24-105. And there are variable aperture lenses that are L series lenses, like the G Masters. Those are great. Those are still great. But the cheaper kit lens variable apertures are awful, dude. Awful. And like I have a whole rant about that, Gerald, about like camera brands, Sony, every brand does it. They pair those kit lenses, variable aperture lenses, with beginner cameras, and a beginner doesn't know any better. So they just think, wow, this camera's awful, not fully realizing that it's the lens. I wish that more camera brands would just pair their beginner camera kits with like a 24 or a 50 millimeter prime, you know? Yeah, but even the 24 is at what, like 5.6? You know what I mean? It's still pretty closed down. And I think that beginner camera, like camera makers do beginners a disservice by pairing it while I'm bright daylight. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I gave away, or I sold my 24 to 105 STM way back in the day. They gave me like $30 for it. Sorry, had a phone call. Do you know any reason why my lens would autofocus? What do you mean, Aaron? What do you mean? Wouldn't autofocus? You probably have a little dial on the lens. A little autofocus switch. So I don't know that lens specifically, but like most lenses have a little switch on the side that say autofocus. So you just have to like switch it. Again, I don't know that lens specifically. Oh, it was a Sigma, wasn't it? It was a Sigma, right? I think I just saw it here. Yeah, so does it have... Yeah, it has a switch. Look. Is it this lens? That's not a bad lens, dude. Oh, yeah, this one doesn't. All right, Gerald, be good, man. Not the same lens. I thought you said it was this one. 28 to 70 f2.8. I thought you said it was this one. I could have misheard you or misread what you said. No, not the same lens. What lens do you have? Then go into the Sony settings and turn on autofocus. But let me see that. Show me the lens. Or tell me what it is and I'll look it up for you. We'll figure this out. It's a Sigma 28 to 70, but not that one. There can't be that many of them. Maybe it's this one. That's the same one. Oh, it might be like a super old one like this one. Is it this one? This is for Canon though. Is it this one? Might be this one. Fuji XM5. Ooh. Renzo, if you're looking at a Fuji, I would get the Fuji, bro. This one's autofocus too. Autofocus. You doing reviews today? We are not, Kenneth. Reviews are going to be done on YouTube, buddy. They're going to be done on YouTube for YouTube channel members. Like Fujifilm XM5 with the Sigma. Yeah, that's pretty solid, bro. Yeah, Renzo, I tell anybody that's thinking about buying a Fuji, if a Fuji is in your lineup of choices, get the Fuji. Get the Fuji. Just do it. Don't deny yourself. Don't you do it. Let's see. This one. This has autofocus too. This one's for Nikon though. Let's see if we can find yours. EX. E mount, right? Not this one. Like the XM5, but can it shoot 6K 30? Like how? I don't know. It's old. Like I said, my dad bought it. It's all good, dude. If it doesn't, it should have autofocus though. If not, go into the settings of your Sony and see if there's because this says autofocus too. Unless it doesn't. But I'm pretty sure it does. I have no clue. You have it though. Like it's in your hands. Like you should. You have some sort of clue. It's in there somewhere. You have it in your hands. Anyways, guys, that's my time for the night. Anybody that was here, Julia, Aaron, Valerie Visions, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow morning. Have a blessed night, everybody.